Syria, a land nestled in the heart of the Middle East, boasts a history as rich and intricate as the patterns woven into its ancient carpets. For millennia, this land has been a crossroads of civilizations, a melting pot of cultures, and a witness to the rise and fall of empires.
From the fertile plains of Mesopotamia to the bustling cities along the Mediterranean coast, Syria has been a cradle of human civilization. The echoes of ancient empires resonate through Syria's historical tapestry.
The land witnessed the rise of powerful city-states like Ibla and Ugarit, known for their advanced governance and trade networks. These early civilizations left behind a legacy of innovation, with Ugarit, in particular, credited with developing one of the earliest alphabetic writing systems.
The ancient Syrians were renowned for their agricultural prowess, harnessing the waters of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers to cultivate fertile lands. This agricultural abundance fueled the growth of cities and the flourishing of trade, making Syria a coveted prize for ambitious empires.
From the Akkadians to the Babylonians, the Assyrians to the Persians, Syria became a battleground for control, its fate intertwined with the fortunes of these mighty powers. Yet, despite the tumultuous backdrop of conquests and empires, Syrian culture remained resilient.
The land absorbed influences from its conquerors, blending them with its own distinct traditions to create a vibrant and diverse cultural tapestry. This ability to adapt and synthesize cultural influences would become a defining characteristic of Syria throughout its long and complex history. The arrival of Alexander the Great in the 4th century BC marked a turning point in Syrian history. Alexander's conquests swept away the old order, ushering in the Hellenistic period, a time of immense cultural exchange and transformation. Greek language, art, and philosophy permeated Syrian society, leaving an indelible mark on its cultural landscape. Following Alexander's death, Syria became a province of the Seleucid Empire, one of the successor states to his vast realm. The Seleucids, of Greek origin, ruled over a diverse population, fostering a cosmopolitan atmosphere in cities like Antioch, which became a major center of Hellenistic culture. However, the Seleucid grip on power eventually weakened, paving the way for the Roman conquest of Syria in 64 BC. Under Roman rule, Syria experienced a prolonged period of stability and prosperity. Roman infrastructure projects like the famed Roman roads connected Syria's cities and facilitated trade, while Roman law and administration brought a semblance of order to the region. The Roman period also witnessed the rise of Christianity, which found fertile ground in Syria. The Apostle Paul himself preached in Syrian cities, and Christianity quickly spread throughout the region, eventually becoming the dominant religion. Syria's ancient cities, like Antioch and Damascus, played pivotal roles in the early development of Christian theology and tradition. The decline of the Roman Empire in the West had profound consequences for Syria. As the empire fractured, Syria became a part of the Byzantine Empire, the eastern continuation of Roman rule centered in Constantinople. The Byzantines, though weakened, held on to Syria for centuries, facing constant pressure from a new force rising in the East, Islam. The rise of Islam in the 7th century AD dramatically reshaped the political and cultural landscape of the Middle East, and Syria was no exception. The Arab Muslim armies, under the banner of Islam, swept across the region, conquering Syria and incorporating it into the rapidly expanding Islamic Caliphate. Damascus, with its strategic location and historical significance, was chosen as the capital of the Umayyad Caliphate, marking the beginning of a new era for Syria. Under the Umayyad Caliphate, Damascus flourished as a center of Islamic learning, culture, and administration. The city's architectural landscape transformed, adorned with magnificent mosques, palaces, and libraries. The Umayyad Mosque, with its soaring minarets and intricate mosaics, stands today as a testament to the architectural grandeur of this era. However, the Umayyad Caliphate was relatively short-lived, overthrown by the Abbasids in 750 AD. The Abbasids shifted the center of power eastward to Baghdad, diminishing Damascus's political significance. Nevertheless, Syria remained an integral part of the Islamic world, its cities continuing to thrive as centers of trade, scholarship, and religious life. Over the following centuries, Syria witnessed the rise and fall of various Islamic dynasties. The Seljuk Turks, the Mamluks, and finally the Ottomans each left their mark on the region, shaping its political, social, and cultural fabric. The Ottoman Empire, which conquered Syria in the 16th century, would rule over the region for the next 4 centuries, ushering in a period of relative stability, but also sowing the seeds of future conflicts. The crumbling Ottoman Empire's involvement in World War I on the side of the Central Powers sealed its fate. As the war raged, a secret agreement was hatched between Britain and France, known as the Sykes-Picot Agreement of 1916. This agreement, shrouded in secrecy, carved up the Ottoman territories in the Middle East, with France promised control over Syria and Lebanon. The Sykes-Picot Agreement, driven by imperial ambitions and a disregard for the aspirations of the people it impacted, laid the groundwork for future conflicts in the region. The arbitrary borders drawn by European powers, often dividing communities and ignoring historical realities, created a legacy of instability and resentment that continues to resonate today. Following World War I, France, true to the Sykes-Picot Agreement, established a mandate over Syria. The French Mandate period, lasting from 1920 to 1946, was a time of significant political and social change marked by both progress and resistance.
The French, eager to assert their control and exploit the resources of their mandate, faced opposition from the Syrian people who yearned for self-determination. The Syrian struggle for independence was a multifaceted movement encompassing a wide spectrum of political ideologies and social groups.
Nationalists, intellectuals, and everyday citizens united in their opposition to foreign rule, demanding the right to determine their own destiny. Uprisings, protests, and acts of civil disobedience challenged French authority, forcing the French to confront the growing desire for self-rule.